Hey everybody, thanks for tuning into the Gamer Guild podcast, your one-stop shop for all things in the wide world of video games. I'm your co-host, Cody Robertson.
And I'm your co-host, Noah Bowers. This week, we've got another game jam here at Augusta University, and I can't wait to hear all about it.
That's right, so please welcome this week's guest, Alex Copher and Violet West. How we doing, guys? Thanks for coming.
Doing all right.
Awesome. So you guys are you animation majors, or what's your actual major here at Augusta University?
Animation.
Animation. All right. And you're participating in AU's Game Jam. And from what I hear, we have this pretty much annually, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And it's going on next week, right? When's that going to be going on?
Yeah, it's starting the 24th, and it goes through the entire weekend. And it ends on that Sunday at 5.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nice. And you submit it for a competition, right? Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. Well, we'll get more into that later on. Thanks a lot for joining us, guys. Let's get right into some of the breaking news that we just heard right before the podcast that we're really excited to talk about. The Switch 2 was announced, guys. Oh my goodness. So excited. I'm really glad the rumors were true, that it actually did get announced today. I was prepared to come in here and be like, all right, guys, everyone keep your phones out.
Notifications on.
Yeah, notifications on, guys. Yeah, I'm excited. We watched the trailer. Looks, if you've seen the trailer, it looks a lot like the Switch, but it's a little bit bigger. The Joy-Cons are magnetic now, it looks like. That's a big improvement, I think. They just snap directly in instead of having to slide in. That's pretty cool. It's got a kickstand built in. Well, I guess the Switch had a kickstand, but it's got an actual
this one looks
full-size kickstand.
A lot more robust.
Yeah, I think it looks a little flimsy still. It's a little skinny. I'm like, ugh. And then it also at the very end said, yes, it will be backwards compatible, except for certain games, which we assume is probably going to be like certain third-party games that Nintendo doesn't really mess with or something like that. But we'll see when it comes out. It's supposed to come out 2025 this year, but they didn't give a hard release date. So I'm excited. Noah, what do you think? You excited?
Yeah, I think this has definitely been a long time coming. Nintendo Switch has been around for a while now, definitely due for an upgrade. So this looked pretty good. Obviously, we saw a bigger screen. It's still going to have pretty much all the same capabilities. They kind of trying to change up the look a little bit to make it more modern, basically meaning less colors. So it's all black, only a touch of color. So like, ooh, fancy. Also, I think we may have seen a teaser of a new Mario Kart.
You think that was a new Mario Kart?
I don't know.
Okay. I did hear rumors of that too. Mario Kart 9 might be a launch.
I'm going to speculate and say that's a new Mario Kart, because that would be fun.
Okay.
It would be fun.
Nice.
I think that'd be a pretty cool launch title too.
That would be. I think so too.
We'll hear more information about it through the coming months. Obviously, we have Nintendo Direct coming up in April, and they say that's where they're going to be announcing a lot more details on it. But yeah, what did you guys think? Are you guys Switch players at all? Are you excited for this new upgrade, or are you probably gonna?
Yeah, no, I'm a Switch player. That's where I mainly play like Splatoon, Hollow Knight, Breath of the Wild, like silly little things like that. I'm not super into the competitive field.
Right.
There's nothing silly about Breath of the Wild. You got to save a kingdom.
Or Splatoon.
Yeah, that's very serious.
I don't know. I liked it. I think my main hope is they kind of fix that problem they have with their like charging system, where if like you mess with that cord even a little bit, you can break the whole system. I lost a Switch to that once.
Wow.
Yeah. There was a lot of weird design quirks with the first Switch, like the Joy-Con controllers not really operating for a long time, or that stick drift and things like that. So hopefully a lot of those kind of kinks have been worked out for this next iteration. So what about you?
I'm excited for it. I mean, there are a lot of games that I'm excited for that have been announced officially, rather than just having like small little things like Prime 4. I'm so excited for Prime 4.
Thank you. Thank you for saying that.
I can't wait to be able to play Prime 4 when I can afford to buy a Switch too.
Yeah. We'll see when the prices come out and everything.
I'm curious what the price is going to be on release.
I don't know. We want to speculate?
Yeah.
Let's throw it down right now. What do you think? You go first, Noah. Let me think about it.
I think I'm going to say, well, how much was the first Switch?
I think it was
300.
Like 300? Was that? Is that right? Okay.
400.
I thought it was 350.
It depends because
300?
COVID inflation is when I bought mine, and it was like 400.
Yeah. Base price I'm pretty sure is 300 because I remember when the OLED came out, it's 350 because they upcharged it $50 for the OLED screen.
There you go. That's
I'm
right.
going to guess $400 to $500.
That's what I'm thinking.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll give it 4. I think they still want to keep it just a little cheaper than the competition, just a little bit, you know. forced.
400 for a Switch too. All right.
I think it's appropriate. Yeah.
All right.
I don't know.
Unless-
It's magnetic now.
It is magnetic.
Unless they drop the price on like the OLED and the original Switch down like $50, they're probably going to just keep upcharging $50 each time because they're like, hey, we upgraded it. So it's just,
no matter what.
yeah. Because that's what a lot of companies do with, I guess unless you're Sony. Sony like upcharges 100 each time when the same thing with Xbox. It's just 100 up. So I think if they keep the same stream of like thought, it would just be 50 up each time.
Yeah, I think on launch it's going to be at least 100, 150 more, and then they're going to drop it over time.
Okay. That
Yeah,
makes sense.
I think the 400 is probably accurate. I do think they're going to drop the price of the old Switches though, because I think they're going to try and get everybody to get on the platform, especially now that it's going to be backwards compatible. So the more people that have like the Nintendo eShop in their hands, the better for them. So
They announced too that Nintendo Online support, the same one from the Switch, would still be carried over to Switch 2. So there you go. Yeah, they
I hope they're
definitely have the same.
improving it at
ecosystem.
least.
Yeah, right.
I don't want to have dropped Smash matches again.
Oh no. Yeah, how's Splatoon been, by the way? With
Yeah.
that, not great. Oh man.
Nope.
Yeah.
worth 1,000 words right there.
I couldn't tell if it was my internet or if it was
We'll
the
blame it on Nintendo.
network. Yeah, it's always awful because they'll always do it during your best match.
From what I
Of
understand from
course.
Jazz, it's across the board.
It's awful.
Jeez. Well, I'm excited to see what we're going to find out about the Switch. I am a little disappointed, though, because the Switch 1 came out March 3rd, 2017, so they missed an opportunity to do it on the anniversary. That would have been kind of cool.
Yeah.
But it looks like we're not going to see that. I'm thinking if we're going to see a Direct in April
Yep.
where they're going to reveal everything, what do you guys think about a release date, possibly? They said 2025, so...
Probably November, I think.
You think so? That long?
They
Okay.
usually do try to hit like fall.
Yeah,
kind
I'm
of
thinking.
Holiday season.
Holiday
Yeah.
season, just every single company is like, I mean, they do that with a lot of games, even in the past, where it was like, hey, we need Halo out. Okay, when? You guys got 4 months. Hit that checkpoint. It's
There
like,
you go.
okay.
Yeah, I'm thinking end of October, early November. Give them the window so that way all the kids are like, but it just came out, so we got to get it.
Exactly.
Of course.
And I don't think any other new consoles will be released this year. So they'll
No.
pretty much have full access to the market when it comes to people getting new systems. So yeah.
Unless there's some new handhelds or something like that.
The
which,
only thing that they're fighting against is the Portal. So,
yeah, that's
I
true.
think they got that one.
Yeah.
Or the Steam Deck.
Steam Deck.
Yeah, I guess. And I think, didn't they say something about a Steam Deck follow-up at some point recently?
I know they have like an upgraded version of the Steam Deck
They have the
already
OLED.
out.
yeah. They have the OLED, yeah.
But I don't think I haven't heard any rumors about
The
like a
only
next
other
model.
things are the OLED competitors, quote unquote, which was like the Logitech handheld and
Right.
stuff like that.
Lenovo, all those,
Yeah.
yeah. All that good stuff. Yeah, now we're getting a console war in the handheld space in 2025. That's going to be really fun to see.
I'm gonna be honest, guys. I didn't think there was that big of a market for
Really?
these handheld consoles.
Well,
yeah.
I think it was just
But
getting started.
I
you know?
guess.
So
Yeah, a lot of people
we'll
are trying
see
to
it.
be convenient.
it's true.
Yeah.
I think we'll see it improve. You know, the Portal didn't sell well because it was so niche. And it
Yeah.
wasn't even really a handheld.
That's
system.
not really a hand. Yeah,
It's a Wii U for
Exactly.
your PlayStation.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. I saw a bunch of influencers had it. You know, a bunch of influencers that have more money than me, and I was like, well, I'm glad
My
you guys
cousin
can
has
afford
it.
that.
I tried it out. Played
Oh, yeah?
Madden on it. Yeah.
Okay.
It's a good concept. Like I will always stand by that with like the Wii U. It's a good concept. You can play while other people are using it, or you can use it in a different room as long as the connection's okay. It's like it's good in concept, but it's still niche. Like, do you really need to use it if you're just going to play on your TV? It just depends on who you are, I guess.
I think that's what the Switch excelled in because you're
Yeah.
able to take it on the go.
Yeah,
nice.
and the fact that you can take it on the go and just go ahead and blow it up on the TV with the dock is really, really
So
nice.
easily.
Yeah,
too.
and then they have a version where they have like the what is it, Pocket?
A Switch Lite.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they have a little
It's
Switch
just
Lite.
no dock. That's it.
Yeah,
yeah. And
but it's also cheaper.
Yeah,
So
it's
they-
$100 cheaper.
They have like a whole like extra option for that.
Yeah. That I think that should have been available on release. I thought the Switch Lite was really, really
I
smart.
have a light. That's the Switch that I mainly play with.
Yeah.
I still wish for dockability, but it does what it needs to do.
Yeah.
Does it have a? Well, I guess it would have a USB-C, so you could just get an adapter if you want to, right?
So they completely soldered out the port
Whoa.
and replaced it to where it does not connect to the display port that is
Oh.
on the chipset. So
Wow.
you cannot dock it unless you mod it.
Yeah.
Wow, that's
Specifically
insane.
handheld.
Oh wow. Okay. $100 less. There you go.
Yeah, I got the like the limit. Like a year later, I ended up with the Animal Crossing one.
Yeah,
Nice.
Yeah,
I had to
yeah.
wait for the price to drop on that because oh my god.
Well, you know,
Yeah.
Tom Nook, he's never letting prices drop, you know. All right, well, that's pretty much all we had on the Switch 2. I'm excited to see what's going to go on. When do you know the date for that Direct? It's sometime in April.
I think
you
it said
said
April 2nd.
April 2nd. Okay, that sounds right.
It said it at the end of the trailer. So if you
cool.
if you
So
guys want
watch the
to
trailer.
find out, I'm sure you can Google it, or if you watch the trailer, stay tuned till the end, and it has a little blurb.
Bada boom.
Yeah.
There you go. Well, let's move on here. Second news story of the day. One of my most anticipated games of 2025, which I just talked about in the last episode that I was so excited about, is now delayed to March 20th, 2025. It's about a 6-week delay. This is actually the second delay from Assassin's Creed Shadows. It was originally supposed to come out November 15th, 2024. It has been delayed twice now. Ubisoft is saying for polish. Man, it's been a little bit, you know. I don't know if 2 delays for polish seems a little sus to me. I don't know. So I'm a little worried about this game now. I guess we'll just see. And then the bigger question is, what does this mean for Ubisoft as a whole? Because they have not been hitting lately, and they're kind of in some financial trouble too. So
I do have one small question. As an Assassin's Creed fan, did they do this for Mirage? Did they delay Mirage?
I don't think so.
Interesting.
You know,
And that game was huge.
they might have actually, but I think it was for a strategic reason and not a development reason. I think I'll have to look into it, but I'm pretty certain. No, Mirage was released on time. I'm pretty certain.
Okay.
I didn't play Mirage. I heard it was okay. I probably should have to get ready for Shadows, but yeah, I kind of fell off after Ezio, and then I picked it up back up for Odyssey, and I actually really liked Odyssey. So I do like the RPG ones, and I do like the old ones too. So, you know, I got that going for me.
Yeah. It's just it's a really big deal because supposedly Shadows is supposed to be like a return to form.
Yeah, exactly. And, you know, I talked about this last week too. Like, it looks like a return to form, I guess. I don't really want to play as 2 protagonists. That's not a return to form. I would rather play as just the ninja and not the samurai because I think that's more Assassin's Creed-y. Also, Ghost of Yotei is coming out this year and you're not going to be able to compete. Sorry. Yeah. But as a whole with Ubisoft, what do we think about this? Like, Ubisoft has been missing pretty constantly. They're releasing pretty solid games, but they're not selling at all. They released Star Wars Outlaws. They released the Avatar game that you like so much, Noah, but it didn't sell.
Didn't sell that much. We can't forget the failure of X Defiant.
Yes, X Defiant.
Yes.
Which is crazy because X Defiant popped off in the beginning.
I was loving it. I was playing it so much.
It was huge at the beginning, and then all of a sudden it just silently died. Very silently.
Shut down the servers. I think this is the last month for it, I believe.
I think it was like 6 months or something. It was online or something like. Man, just
not even a full year.
What a weird thing. Weird thing with 2024. We've seen a bunch of games like that.
Yeah,
Kinda strange.
Ubisoft, it's been difficult for them because a lot of their like mainstay franchises have really not been delivering like how they've wanted to. Assassin's Creed being one of them, and so I think this delay kind of makes sense if they really, really want it to land.
Yeah.
I think they're still riding on. What was their pirate game that just came out?
Skull and Bones.
Skull and Bones.
I forgot about that. So
That
did
is
everyone
still
else.
playing.
Ugh,
And
jeez.
X Defiant is not. So obviously they must think that that's gotten some.
Skull and Bones is also in development for like 9 years.
Yeah.
So they kind of, I feel like they're not going to pull the plug on that until the very end.
Sheesh. I mean, it's just, I don't know if it's mismanagement from higher ups there or if, the developers really just aren't able to execute the artistic vision that they're wanting to, but it really hasn't been all that great for them, unfortunately.
Val, are you a Ubisoft fan? You played any Ubisoft games lately?
I started the new Avatar game recently. I haven't gotten super far in it, but I like the look of it. It's a really pretty game. I think the main issue I have with it is performance. And that seems to be like my overall thing. You have to have like a real beast of a computer to play some of these games.
You're on PC?
Yeah, I'm on PC for a lot of those. So if you're like a PC player, I can understand like why they might not be selling as much because you have to have a really good one to play some of these games.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
And Avatar's pretty graphic intensive.
It is. I have everything at the lowest setting and it's still a little funky.
It's I mean, that has one of the craziest digital environments I've ever seen in a game. So
it's really impressive.
What engine did they use for that?
they use the Snowdrop engine.
Oh, they did use Snowdrop.
So
okay.
yeah, that one is developed by why am I forgetting the name of it? It starts with an M. Massive Studios. Thank you. Big fan of them. They started with The Division, so they're using the same Snowdrop engine for Avatar: Frontiers of Pandora, and it looks absolutely phenomenal.
Beautiful game.
Yeah. So I don't know. And honestly, I think Massive's probably been their best development studio in a long time.
For sure.
I feel like that the fall off of the Avatar game is how far off it was from the movie, which.
Well, I kind of like that it was.
Yeah.
Because, like, the world was fine. It's fine so far. It's just, I understand why some people are like, I really like the movies. I want what they had. It's not supposed to be what they had.
What I mean is, like, in terms of publicity for advertisement.
Yeah.
Because for me, I didn't see a lot of advertisement for Pandora.
No.
Yeah.
I didn't see a lot of advertisement anywhere for the game. It was like, oh, that's out.
Yeah, we talked about that when it released, actually, because I played it on release, and I was like, nobody's heard of this game.
Yeah.
There's been no commercials, nothing about it. And it's like, you can tell they put a ton of effort into it, a ton of development hours, and it's a huge game with a lot of different stories. They just dropped the second, like, story DLC, so there's, like, 2 new huge biomes part of it. Yeah.
Wow.
I bought the, like, year pass, so I got.
Whoa.
I have it already.
You Ubisofted it, man.
I did. They got me.
Yeah.
But it's really unfortunate that didn't get the marketing that it deserved, I think. And now we have Assassin's Creed Shadows. Obviously, it's a bigger game, bigger title, so it's getting a lot more marketing. And now we have a delay for it.
Yeah.
So
it really feels like they're putting all their chips on this. This is like they're really going all in with this. They really need this to work, or they're in big trouble.
now, what was the original release date for that? Was it in
November
February?
14th, 2024.
Okay.
Yeah.
But then what was after the delay?
February. It was Valentine's Day this year. Yeah.
Okay.
February 14th.
So do we think maybe this was also a strategic one? Because remember, Avowed is also releasing in February.
Maybe.
I don't know if they're
It's
worried
not really
about
direct
Avowed.
competitor.
Yeah, it's not.
I
don't think.
wonder if it's a bit of both.
Maybe,
Maybe they
yeah.
need a tiny bit more time for development, but they're also like delaying it as much as possible. Because then it also tracks a bit of hype as well. Because they're like, oh, it's 6 more weeks. It's almost there.
Yeah.
And it draws in more people because now people are talking about the delay. So now more people know about it.
It's having the opposite effect on me, honestly. I'm getting less excited about it because of the delay.
Probably like been trying to avoid is because with a few of their last advertisements, they have been stepping on rakes a tiny bit. I wonder if you guys talked about this beforehand, but like their bundle they had with some of the other stuff had like possible issues with copyright because of a sword that they were going to release with the deluxe edition that looked a bit like Zoro from One Piece's sword.
Oh, wow.
So people were like, hey, that's weird. And then people are not talking about that deluxe edition as much right now.
Huh.
So,
You know, that's another point. All these deluxe editions that Ubisoft is pumping out.
Man.
You think that's maybe a reason people are getting turned off from the company? I mean,
Probably.
You tell me that you don't like to scroll down the Steam page and see
Dude,
4 different charts
it
of
takes
what you get in
forever.
each edition? Come on.
God, it's just like a huge block, and you get these cosmetics, but if you get, then you get other cosmetics. Whoa.
Yeah, it's one of the silliest ways to release games nowadays in
He
modern
said
gaming.
after buying $100 Avatar Frontiers.
I did not. I bought that one on sale.
Oh.
I bought the $100 Warhammer bundle. Thank you very much.
I know you're a big Warhammer guy, so
I am.
I'll forgive that one.
So, but yeah, I got Avatar Frontiers of Pandora on sale, but that's because it went on sale like a month after it released. It was
I know
45.
that it's almost like they when they build their games, they have like consoles in mind, and then when it comes to like the PC front, they kind of put it on the back burner, and they always land bad on Steam.
100%.
Yeah, mine runs pretty good on my PC. I have it on high, but have it locked to only about like 70, 80 frames. Whereas if you really want to get like the full scope of that game, you probably do need something with probably the top end specs, because I mean it's just a crazy graphic intensive game, and the physics that are involved are crazy.
Like I feel bad having to turn the graphics down because it is a very pretty game. And it's open world, which is fantastic.
Yeah, and almost like no loading screens. You can fly to like any portion of the world, and you can fast travel, and it's super quick. So I think that's mostly the Snowdrop engine, because I've been playing a lot of The Division 2, which is another Massive Studios game, and that open world is also crazy photorealistic.
I liked Division 2. It was fun.
I love it. Yeah. I just got into it actually over the winter break, and it's been very impressive for me. And I've been to DC before, and so the scale and quality that they have in recreating that city is unlike anything I've seen before. Probably before the Division 1 when they recreated New York City. It's very hard to see any other game that's like done a real life city to that scale that well done. probably other than the other Ubisoft game, which is a franchise that is completely dead now, which is Watch Dogs. And they did Watch Dogs
That makes
2
me so sad.
and
Watch
did
Dogs
San
is good.
Francisco. That one
And
was
then they
like
did London.
they did London, but I didn't know if I didn't play that one because I think that was like an alternate history of London, wasn't it?
It was mid, so I kind of fell off of it.
Yeah.
But I thought it was a good city.
Watch Dogs Legion.
Yeah.
I've never been to London though, so I guess I wouldn't know.
Yeah, I
But the
wouldn't-
San Francisco and Watch Dogs 2 was incredible. The Chicago and Watch Dogs 1 was really good.
Was that
Yeah.
also Massive Studios?
I don't know about
That's
that.
a
I don't
great
know.
question.
Let me
I
look
have
that
no
up
idea.
while y'all are.
Have you played Watch Dogs?
I think I played a little bit of the original.
Nice.
I know about it.
Watch
but-
Dogs 2 is definitely the best one.
Yeah.
But Watch Dogs 1 on concept was still fun.
Yeah, people were just disappointed in the No Man's Sky situation of it all, where it was like downgraded.
Overpromised.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was downgraded pretty significantly after E3, but
I
that's a
think-
story for another time.
I want to say it was on the Game Pass for Xbox.
Yeah, it was for a
Really?
bit.
Yeah,
Oh,
because
wow.
that's where my dad plays all his games. You don't have to buy
Nice,
anything.
nice.
I think he's played through it.
Awesome.
So Watch Dogs 2 was Ubisoft Montreal.
Okay,
It's
there
not
you go.
Massive Studios. But yeah, that was another. I mean, like Ubisoft has the capability to create these phenomenal.
I loved
game
Rainbow
environments.
Six forever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't play it as much now, but for a while, it was when it was at its peak. Rainbow Six was amazing. So they have the ability to definitely put stuff out. It's just they also have the ability to make not a lot of good
Yeah.
ideas.
And Siege is still going very strong.
yeah.
That's been something that they've been continually adding updates, and they have a huge competitive scene now in esports,
Yeah.
as well as content creation. So yeah,
Could have
that's
been
been
X-Defiant too, but not anymore.
It could have been. It really could have been. But that was their competitor to Call of Duty. Fortunately, Black Ops 6 came out, and then everybody kind of forgot about it. And I don't know, but Black Ops 6 has been having some crazy controversies. I don't know if you've been seeing that.
I kind of haven't played in a while. So,
Yeah, exactly. But the anti-cheat on PC is absolutely
yes,
broken.
I did hear about that. Yeah.
The pricing on a lot of these cosmetics that they're releasing is insane,
I don't
and they're doing a
concern
lot of
myself with
weird
that.
stuff with like Squid Games and stuff like
Oh,
that. It's
yeah,
just-
okay. I did get a Squid Game cosmetic for free. That was kind of
Yeah, they're just trying to be Fortnite, and it's
Yeah, well,
kind of
yeah.
tough for them. And I'm ready for the next Battlefield. I'll tell you what,
Okay.
I'm a big Battlefield guy. But
we'll see.
anyways, what's next on the agenda?
Well, that was all of Assassin's Creed Shadows.
Shadows.
Kind of went off track, but that's
did.
good. That's good
That's
stuff.
okay.
Good stuff around here. Next story, and the last story for today on the news. So Notch, the creator of the original creator of Minecraft, that is now very controversially been distanced from the game and Microsoft in general, sort of announced Minecraft 2. He sent this weird tweet. Okay, let me back up. He made a poll on Twitter saying, "Would you guys rather me make a follow-up to Minecraft or Levers and Chess, this like roguelike he's been making, I guess?" He did the poll, and I guess they all voted for Minecraft 2. And so he sent this other tweet that said, I'll read it right now. "I basically announced Minecraft 2. I thought that maybe people actually do want me to make another game that's super similar to the first one, and I'm loving working on games again." And then he kind of goes on for a while and saying that, "Oh, spiritual successors are never that great, but I'm going to do it anyway," that kind of thing. And then 4 days later, he comes back on Twitter and says, "Talk to the fellas at the," this is quoted from Notch, "Talk to the fellas at the office. Looks like we're making levers and chests. Tipping point was PC Gamer saying it seemed interesting, LOL. Yeah, I still love PC Gamer." So 4 days later, he walked it back. He's like, "Never mind, I'm going to make the roguelike that I was going to make in the beginning." So, I mean, the big story here really
It's
is
just like, yeah, great.
yeah, awesome. Cool. Notch. So everyone saw this tweet about it had Minecraft 2 in the tweet from Notch. So everyone absolutely freaked out about it. Gaming journalists went insane about this and made a bunch of articles, a bunch of clickbait stuff. And then 4 days later, he goes, "Never mind, I'm making a roguelike." And everyone's like, we don't care.
Sorry, Notch.
Well, I don't care.
Old man
Yeah.
raves at cloud.
Yeah, for real. And then of course he went on another Notch rant about, "Oh, spiritual successors are never that good," like you said the first time. It's kind of like, ugh, it was weird. Anyway, that was kind of a weird story in the news that I just want to touch on real quick. But it brings us to the question: what would we want from another Minecraft? Are you two Minecraft people at all?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yes.
Is that even a question?
Yeah, definitively. Yeah, you can kind of go up to any game and be like, "You play Minecraft, right?" And like, yeah, of course.
Of course.
Yeah.
It's like basic. That's 101.
Yeah, exactly. That's the first time I ever picked up a controller is Minecraft. Yeah. So, Minecraft 2, what do we think something like that would even look like? Do we have any speculation at all? I really have no idea. the word roguelike comes up because that's really the only thing I could think of, but they kind of already did that.
They did that with Dungeons.
Exactly.
I played Dungeons. Dungeons isn't bad, but
I
it's
like
also
Dungeons.
It's not what I would want to see out of like a second Minecraft.
Yeah.
game.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I think Minecraft is like good, Like we don't really need
There's
to follow
no reason to follow it up.
Exactly.
They have to fix the game they have.
It's an infinite.
True.
It's an infinitely
True.
scaling game. Like they're just adding more and more stuff. It's the same thing as like when Fortnite Chapter 2 was originally coming out. People were like Fortnite 2. It was like no, it's still the same game. It's just they're calling it something else.
Yeah, I think that'd be the only way they would label something as Minecraft 2 is that it's just Minecraft updated to do like something completely different, look a little different. But I don't think there would ever be a full release of like Minecraft 2. It's a game that doesn't really need a sequel. You have a modding community that is so vast and so creative that so much content has already been made that if you really wanted a Minecraft 2, you could just download it off of any mod loader.
That was a trend for a bit to where like a lot of it, and it really started. Sorry to throw this out there. Started with Overwatch 2.
Yeah.
As soon as it was like, oh, we're going to release Overwatch 2, the main reason behind that was the story, but then that never came out. But then a lot of other games are doing it to where it's just they're visually updating their games, like Splitgate. Splitgate is visually and kind of tweaking some of the engine stuff for Splitgate 2.
Yep.
They're just putting that 2 on there as a marketing thing to allow them to push further. So if they ever do a Minecraft 2, you're also alienating modders. You're alienating them because most of the time, those mods can't port over properly just because of the code base change. So it just leads to you being like, I don't really want to play your game anymore. That's what happened with Payday 3. Payday 2 has been out for so long. There's been so much done for Payday.
Yeah, that was a big flop. I remember when that came out.
It's just people are complaining about there's almost no content. And it's like, well, it's because Payday 2 is just so big that comparatively it's going to take forever for Payday 3 to catch up.
Yeah, good points. Yeah, I mean, Minecraft 2 just doesn't sound appealing, I don't think. So I think pretty across the board. I think if you ask anyone, they'd be like, what is that even going to be? I have no idea. So there you go.
Minecraft 2 is actually going to be the sequel to the Minecraft movie. That's what everybody's looking forward to.
That would be the only Minecraft 2, I bet. Yeah, right there. Jason Momoa, what's
I think it was just straight up like, hey guys, pay attention for me for a few minutes so I can drop this other thing I'm doing.
A little slimy.
If there's a Minecraft 2, I'd want it Skyrim based. Everything's exactly the same. You just have a story to follow.
Okay, I like that. It's like a fantasy.
It's called Minecraft Story Mode.
No. That's like a Telltale game. Don't play with
That's true, yeah.
I like those games, by the way.
We don't play with Telltale games. Those are my favorite.
Yeah.
I love
The Walking Dead series is my favorite game series.
How hard did you cry when
Yeah.
Oh,
They were
spoilers.
It came out in 2012, guys.
I've been playing through it again recently with a couple of friends and they haven't seen any of it. So
Really?
no, spoilers are still 100%.
Yeah, some people don't know about it.
Might be.
We're like halfway through season 2 right now.
They revived
I've never
Telltale,
started
so
season 2.
they're
Yeah.
making new games.
Wolf
I
Among
was
Us 2
so
is coming
sad
out.
when that first happened, like when they were like, yeah, we're shutting down Telltale. I was like, what?
Halfway through season 4, I was like, no.
I was
What's
distraught.
gonna happen?
I'm like, we can't have anything good in this life.
Wolf Among Us 2 is coming out.
Yeah.
I saw that.
I had never been so locked into like checking the news every day. Like, did
Yeah.
someone buy it?
Like, please bring it back. What was they announced a new game at the Game Awards. It was
I forgot the name of that, but on the topic, I know that we need to jump to something else soon, but another Hi-Fi Rush and Tango GameWorks was bought.
Yes.
Yeah. Did y'all talk about that?
Yeah.
We did talk about that.
Sure did.
We were very excited about that one
Yes.
because, they deserved definitely to get another shot at development. That was such a underrated gem that came out that year. Was nominated for a couple awards during those Game Awards as well. So yeah, we were definitely happy for Tango GameWorks.
Buy back game studios. Bring people back. Just make sure they actually make a good game, please.
Yeah. I'm not seeing anything else from Telltale except for the Wolf Among Us 2. Interesting.
I think it's
It was like a space game.
A space
I can't wait for Wolf Among Us 2.
Oh yeah, that looks really. I didn't play Wolf Among Us 1. The first Telltale game I got into was Walking Dead because I was big. Like I like the Walking Dead comics a lot. I was really into it. Like before the show came out and everything, I was really cool. So I really liked the Walking Dead. Never played season 2. Surprisingly, really need to.
You should. It's like one of my favorites.
Nice.
It's so stupid silly.
Nice.
So, yeah.
But yeah, Wolf Among Us, that was like one of the first ones from Telltale, right? So
Yeah.
I really need to check that out for sure.
It was called Dispatch.
Dispatch.
And remember, it's like they're like superhero
right.
dispatchers,
Yes.
and it's
Oh,
got
my goodness.
I'm forgetting their names. Crazy, talented cast. Why am I forgetting that?
Oh,
Oh, it's yeah.
Um,
Shoot.
Supposedly, Moist Critical is also going to be in the game.
Really?
Oh, that one.
Weird.
I know Laura Bailey's in it.
Laura Bailey.
Okay,
She
yeah,
helped-
she's awesome.
She helped develop it.
Oh, is it Breaking Bad dude Aaron Paul? Is it
Aaron Paul's in it.
Yep.
Jacksepticeye's in it.
Nice.
Joel Haver is in it.
It's such a wild
I'm
cast.
so excited.
It looks so cool. The story is like dispatched for a superhero team.
Yes.
That looks so
And there's like
fun.
different levels of superheroes. Like this one's like kind of dysfunctional and like doesn't
Yeah.
really
They
have a
walked down
place.
here and said, "Here's your next favorite game," and I said, "Okay, bet."
Okay,
Here you
cool.
go.
I'm
Nice.
seated. I will be there. So yeah, that one. I don't think that one's Telltale, right?
I don't think
I don't
so.
know. Well, I haven't seen it on the Telltale page, so I guess not. Let's find Ad Hoc Studios. Excuse
Ad
me. There
hoc.
you go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm excited to see how that goes.
Yeah, I think that's a nice little successor to those style of games where, you choose your own dialogue and the story develops and it looks just so creative, so fun. So
if we ever get a Minecraft 2, that's what it should be. Minecraft Story Mode
Yes,
2.
there you go.
Minecraft
Yes.
Story Mode 2. Come
there
on,
was
Telltale.
a second
Nice.
Minecraft story mode, was it
Nope,
not?
it was all expansions.
It was expansions.
yeah.
Okay.
Pat
I did
Oswalt
play through
come
that
back.
with my younger siblings.
Nice.
It was,
I need to check that out
fun.
too. Minecraft is now like a service basically, so you can just do whatever you
Yeah,
want.
yeah.
So, well, that's pretty much all we had for the news this week. Thanks a lot for talking about some
No layoffs, guys.
no layoffs.
One week in.
Oof. Well, hold your tongue. We'll see. We'll see next week. Yeah, we got a whole year left.
Connor's at what? 15, 16?
I don't know.
Bungie's got you. Don't worry.
No. Someone will do it.
That reminds me, we didn't talk about the Bungie MMO that Sony's making them make. Remember when I sent you that tweet?
Bungie MMO.
Yes,
No.
they're developing a
Oh yes. Okay. Yeah.
All I know that they're developing is Marathon. Are they turning Marathon into an MMO?
no, it's a different game.
Okay.
It's a different game.
Yeah. Thank goodness.
I was like, what?
Please no. Okay, here it is. Oh yeah. Okay, it's a MOBA.
MOBA.
That's right.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. I was like,
Excuse me.
Similar.
I was like, yes, Bungie,
not that similar,
the world
but-
famous MOBA developers, Bungie. Yes. I can't wait to see what they do. Like
So-
what?
Yeah, that was strange that they came out and
Yeah.
talked about this. But
And it says a MOBA / Super Smash Bros. Hybrid. Okay. So I guess a MOBA, but they have percentages and get flown off a map or something.
yes,
I
I
mean-
believe this is supposed to be a spiritual successor to PlayStation All Stars. If you guys
What?
remember that game.
Yep.
Whoa.
I don't. That's my guess. That's not been confirmed. But yes, the rumor is Bungie is making a MOBA Smash Brothers type video game under the new PlayStation Studio banner.
I swear, if it's a bunch
So-
of licensed characters, I swear, I'm out. Like,
Yeah,
I do
it's-
not want that.
It looks interesting.
I do want to see more out of Bungie because right now
Yeah.
they still are just, until Marathon comes out, the Destiny company right now.
Yeah,
So,
basically. Not even really. I keep forgetting they're owned by Sony all the time.
Yep. Oh, so this actually has a title.
Okay.
So it's been quietly working on a new IP codenamed, so this is not the official title, codenamed Gummy Bears, a team-based competitive MOBA game.
my favorite.
Yes. Gummy Bears officially transitioned from Bungie to a new PlayStation studio with around 40 Bungie developers spearheading its new continued development.
Okay.
So this was first reported back in 2023, and now it's kind of, getting closer to that release date in the development cycle.
Interesting.
But yes, it will have a percentage-based damage system where
Okay, there you
characters
go.
are knocked back further based on how much damage they've taken or inflicted, and they can even be knocked off the map entirely. But it's also a MOBA.
Yeah,
so it's
I don't
not
get it.
like a fighting game.
Yeah,
there are
that's
multiple
really-
game modes, 3 different class types as well. Very.
Weird.
It's supposed to be very. This is supposed to be targeting a younger demographic, so big cartoony style art style with vibrant colors and low key aesthetics.
us.
Wait, me?
A game I'll understand.
Yes. So that's in the works. We didn't talk about that. And then also apparently also a rumor, since we were talking about Assassin's Creed Shadows earlier, they are supposed to be remaking Assassin's Creed Black Flag.
Yeah, I've heard that too. Honestly, I don't think it needs a remake. I think if you're gonna remake something, you do the OG.
I
I'm
think
talking
that would go
Assassin's
cool.
Creed 1. Like, and you because when Assassin's Creed 1 came out, it was kind of mid. Wasn't that great. And then Assassin's Creed 2 just blew it out of the water.
Yeah.
Really did it really well. So remake Assassin's Creed 1 and kind of do it to its full potential. I think I would really like to see that because the story in Assassin's Creed 1 is very good, I think.
Yeah, turn it into an open world.
Yeah.
I think we need
make it
all the-
make it more like an Ezio game, but obviously update it. Yeah, that'd be really cool, I think. But we'll see what happens with Assassin's Creed and Ubisoft later on, I guess. Like, who knows if we even get another Assassin's Creed
Maybe that's
game.
just like their backup plan in case Shadows
Yeah,
flops.
maybe.
They're like, oh, by the way, Black Flag's coming out. It's like,
It's like what Gearbox did when the freaking movie flopped. They're
Oh,
like,
yes.
anyways, Borderlands 4 is
Yes,
coming out.
new game, everybody.
Aren't you guys excited?
Just like, ooh, look a title you like.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, wow, cell shading. Amazing.
Yeah. New guns, yay.
Quickest way to get made.
Well, that's all I got for the news this week. So let's get into why you guys are here. Let's talk a little bit about game jams. What the heck is a game jam? Let's start there.
You basically, for like a full 48-hour period, from like a 5 p.m. to 5 p.m., you basically spend that 48 hours making a video game based off of whatever theme Game Jam kind of comes out with.
Nice.
Yeah.
Do you know the theme this year?
No, it gets released like a week prior.
Oh, okay, cool.
They used to tell you on the day, but they gave some leniency now, so it's a week now.
Gotcha. Okay, fun. And you guys did it last year as well, right?
Yep.
And the year before.
And the year before.
Nice. So what did you guys turn out?
First year was rough. We got a trailer, and that's about it.
Okay.
But second year we came together with a couple more people than we had the year before, and we made a game in Unreal. I was
Nice.
the main and only programmer for our group.
Thank you.
Because
Thank you for your service.
we're a lot of art students that just kind of look at this, and a lot of us wanted to expand our art capabilities, but it's like, we need someone to actually put these into something. So I looked at Unreal and I tackled putting, what we did is that we made a bunch of drawn characters that were sprites. And we had some veteran 3D modelers, some alumni of the course
Ooh.
that came in order to 3D model a bunch of stuff, and then we ported it into Unreal Engine. So it's a diner that you walked around in.
Cool.
You serve people milkshakes.
Hey, all right.
And
Because like last year's theme was like make me laugh, so we tried to make the most ridiculous milkshakes and characters we could.
Cool.
yeah,
I love that aesthetic. The,
Yeah,
like,
Beetlejuice
the teeth
vibes,
on
hardcore.
yes,
Yeah.
big
Very
Beetlejuice
Tim
Yeah.
Burton.
vibes.
Nice.
You can scroll through it. This is renders done by.
Did they say sloshed?
Yeah.
I like it.
the name of the game was Slosh and Shake.
Slosh and shake.
Yeah, because they were all like
Nice.
alcohol themed drinks.
Wow. Awesome.
The
Look at
3D
that.
models were made by Hannah, who was here on the podcast
Yeah.
once.
Yeah.
Nice.
Our friend Emily, and then our friend Haley.
Wow.
They did like the whole thing in less than 48 hours and then turned it out.
Yeah,
Whoa.
This is a lot of detail.
Yeah, that's crazy.
they're mad talented.
Yeah, awesome. We'll throw this up in the video version of the podcast so
Yeah,
everybody
so you
can
guys
see
can
it.
see what we're talking
Just send
about.
that to me later, and I'll throw it up here.
Yeah.
Yeah, good stuff. So, and then, so that was that the first year you guys did it, or that was the
That
second?
That was
the
last year.
That was
which
last
is
year, okay.
A lot.
The first year,
Better.
the first year was a lot of 2D assets that we had. It was like a similar kind of vibe in terms of like a cafe, because I think the theme wasn't it also just cafe? What was it? No, it was rooted.
It was rooted.
Yeah,
Roots, sorry.
Roots. So we did a bunch of like animals that were out inside of a forest and stuff like
You can
that.
have some of
Cute.
our characters. I'll send you the trailer.
Wow.
That's still from the second one, but a lot of the character assets were like.
What? That
I
one's
paused
cool.
my game for this.
That's the gamer.
That's the gamer. Yeah.
Nice. Ooh, look at that guy. That's a cool one.
Is
I'd
that
love to see it.
Is it Helios?
Helios is cool. He's
Is he a son?
weird
It's a
son.
foxy lady.
Ooh,
Her name's Cherry.
That's a cool
her
one.
name's Sherry.
Cherry.
Naturally.
This guy with like a finger tail. That's a cool one.
That's just my friend Emily actually.
That's what she looks like.
That whole character is based off her.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, awesome. Game jams seem like a lot of fun, and I know there's a lot of very famous games that have come from game jams, like Hollow Knight,
Yep.
Binding of Isaac, those kinds of things. Very, very popular. So, do you guys want to do this after you graduate, or what's kind of the plan for that? Or is this kind of your area of interest, or are you kind of interested in other areas of animation?
My area of interest is more in like the 2D field, but I obviously would not hate to be on video games.
Yeah.
It's a
Right.
lot of fun. I think this feels like more your style, honestly.
I still would absolutely love to get more into 2D. I do feel like I'm lacking in certain spots, but in terms of 3D animation, I really enjoy 3D animation. The thing with game jams that's really attractive about them is you're learning a lot of experience in a very short time period in order to apply it as soon as possible. It's like cramming, but you get to see the output of your work in a group. It really helps on a resume as well because it shows that you can, with a group or individually, output something of some type of value in a very short amount of time. And it's just a lot of experience in one go. It's stressful, it can be hard, but it can be extremely fun. Some of my favorite memories that have also been taken down with pictures. There's a picture of me standing, because our friend Ham brought in donuts, and there's just a picture of me with a chocolate donut standing there like this, because it was like my first meal of the day.
Nice.
Which we should specify. Our Professor AB kind of went out of his way this year. This is the first year we've had to pay for Game Jam. However, all that money goes towards feeding everyone while we're there.
Yeah.
Nice.
So like they went out of our way to make
Understandable.
sure we don't have to fend for ourselves like we did the last 2 years. Because this is still like a relatively new thing here.
Yeah.
Speaking of doing stuff this year, is there still time to sign up? You don't have to be an animation
No,
student,
I
right?
think
Sadly,
not
all the seats
anymore.
all the seats are filled.
Okay.
I think it closed like last week.
Gotcha. But you don't have to be an animation student. So
No, even alumni can do it.
Gotcha. Okay, gotcha.
Very
so
cool.
if you're interested, next year you can look into it. Just look out for the news on AU's channels and all that.
If the price doesn't change, it'll be a $30 fee, but you will be fed breakfast, lunch, and dinner
Yes, and you
the
will.
entire weekend, and I think maybe get a T-shirt.
Yep.
Nice.
Designed by our 2D professor.
Wow. Awesome. Well, that sounds like a fun
I'm
time.
excited to see that design.
Yeah.
When you guys
Yeah.
get
Oh,
it.
it's great.
It's
You
great.
guys already have it?
Yeah.
All right.
Cool.
All right. Well, bring one over here.
I was gonna ask, like, with it being only 48 hours, do some people like take shifts in terms of like who's awake and who's not? Or is,
Kinda.
Sometimes.
Depends on what your job is.
okay.
We always like go hard the first day, then we all take that like we like plan everything out, get started sketches first night because it's only 5 p.m. until like whenever you want to go home. We get rest, and then half of us that entire second day we sleep in the lab and then stay until 5 p.m. the
Dedication.
next day.
Nice.
Love to see it.
Me and one other guy stay in the lab pretty much the entire game jam.
Nice.
To the point where I've brought in air mattresses, and AB does not like it, but he has to deal with it because it's like I'm learning how to program an Unreal Engine. I'm staying here and watching videos until I figure it out. So
Nice.
Because I think last game jam I ended up sick for like
Jeez.
like halfway through I ended up with a fever, and I just like, all right, I curled up under my desk, took a nap, and then woke up and like, all right, I gotta finish this. I gotta go home.
Jeez. Well, that sounds
was
like a
fun.
whole lot of fun. Jeez. I mean, you guys are really selling me on it. Man, oh man. So how much caffeine is consumed, do you think, on
Yes.
average? Yes, all of it.
so for reference, someone brought in a case of Mountain Dew Baja Blast
Nice,
for
having a blast.
everybody.
That's
So-
awesome.
Yeah. Very, very gamer drink
Yes.
right there, baby.
It's a lot of fun. We got a lot of people doing it this year.
Nice.
Like a lot of new students. We have like 2 different alumni coming back.
Wow. Will we get to see the product afterwards?
Yeah,
Okay.
we usually post it on the
AU Instagram.
AU Instagram, and it will also sometimes show up on the animation Instagram as well.
Nice. All right, we'll keep a lookout for that too. Guys, you know, Noah, I realize at the very end of this podcast that we forgot one very important thing.
What did we forget?
We didn't ask our guests their favorite video game of all time,
You're so
Noah.
right.
You know, we take a break between season 2 and 3, and then we just forget everything.
We get rusty.
You know, we forget everything. So
Maybe we should change it and do it at the end. A little wrap up now for season 3.
no,
Stick
So-
to your guns, Cody. I
no,
respect
I like it at the beginning. No. So Violet, we'll start with you. What is your favorite video game of all time and why? And since we're animation people, I'll have a follow-up question for you after. Okay.
My favorite game is more of a series because it's the Walking Dead series.
Nice.
Absolutely favorite game. I will replay it whenever.
Awesome.
I'm replaying through it now.
Awesome. What is it about it? Is it the story?
It's the story. It's really compelling, and I like the consistency of being able to follow a character you didn't think you were gonna follow season 1 all the way to the end is really nice.
Nice. Yeah. Good stuff.
Love that series. And that's our first time we've had that as an answer.
True,
here on
but
the
that is an
podcast.
awesome game. It's one of my
great
favorite
It's the
choice.
right answer.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah,
of
there's
course.
only one. All right, Alex.
I would have to say that my favorite game of all time is probably Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask.
Nice.
I love
Classic.
Majora's Mask so much. The original, not the 3DS version.
Oh, okay.
My cousin introduced me to that one when I was like 10. The way the game feels, the way the game has you progress through it, the way that the time system works, I don't like to be stressed a lot. That game made me excited to be stressed in a sense.
Nice.
Because of the way that it wants you to connect with this town that it's placed you in as much as possible, and then you got to reset and reconnect until you can get to the end. And it's really cool. Yeah. I really love how the game works.
Very unique game.
Yeah,
Awesome. Great
choice. Anything in the Legend of Zelda series, I think, is a knockout. So yeah, Majora's Mask. Great one.
Awesome.
Great one.
Now, I did have a follow-up since you guys are animation students. What is your favorite piece of art you've seen from a video game? Or what video game do you think has the best art?
Oh, that's a tough one.
I've already got one in mind.
Cool. Go ahead.
Kingdom Hearts.
Nice.
I love all of the art that is done for Kingdom Hearts.
Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah. It's so pretty, especially all of their covers or even just the intro screen. They're very simple yet beautiful because it's usually done in a watercolor style. It's usually Sora standing in a body of water with some type of like delicious treat that's either in his mouth or he's holding on to.
Wow.
Yeah.
Awesome. Good stuff.
Does it have to be in the game itself, or can it be
Yes.
marketing?
No, it can be anything.
I like a lot of the marketing stuff for like Helioverse stuff, which I'm like obsessed with like gacha games, unfortunately. And I've been playing through Honkai Star Rail. Just got its 3.0 update, so we got a new planet on that one. That's cool.
Yep, we saw that during the Game Awards.
Nice.
But all of the like they do like 3D renders that are really impressive considering the limitations of the game. But I like a lot of their marketing stuff because they actually dive into 2D for a lot of it. Like they do animated shorts that are really pretty. Some of those are my favorite. There was one where these two characters were like dancing together, and it was a really hard dance to like animate, but they did it flawlessly. It was beautiful in the imagery, and it was great.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a good choice. Because that's such a unique art style too. That to games. I mean, it's obviously inspired by a lot of anime and cartoon animation in general. But yeah, that's a great choice. A lot of beautiful aesthetics are involved in those games. So
art and video games. A match
I was
made in
going to ask
heaven.
Cody, do you have an answer to that question?
My favorite art in a video game. Man, that's a tough one. Boy, I haven't really thought about it.
I know.
Oh,
I was
man.
like, he asked it. I'm like, I guarantee he doesn't even.
I haven't even thought about it. I do really like the covers from the Persona games. I think those are really, really cool.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, those are really good. I think
a good choice.
that's kind of the one that came to mind right away. I'm also kind of playing Persona 5 right now, so I'm like, Persona,
it's
that's
right
pretty
there.
good.
Yeah.
They have really good anime sections too that,
Yeah.
kind of just traditionally animated anime sections, but those are pretty good too, I think. So.
I think for me, this one's tough because I haven't really expanded a lot into the indie game genre or things that delve with like 2D animation as much. I play a lot more, mainstream games with 3D animation, which also have phenomenal art styles and directions in them. And I think the one that comes to mind that really like showed me that video games can be very artistic might be a weird pick, but it's going to be Dishonored.
Ooh, Dishonored's good.
That's a good one.
It was the first aesthetic that I think I played when I was younger, where I was like, oh, you can just straight up imagine a different world.
Yep.
And it really, really gets sucked into it. Really, really immersed myself into that. And it was so dark and kind of eerie, but also funny in a way, like the kind of like, dark humor. And just the way that they like did their like loading screens and stuff, it was almost like painted on.
Everyone's hands look like they can wrap around your skull because they're so large.
All the proportions are weird and everything, and the lighting was so atmospheric and moody. So I think Dishonored and the Dishonored series in general, especially going into the second game, is probably one of my favorite art styles I've played.
Nice. Well, good answers all around. Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, guys, thank you so much for joining us this week on the Gamer Guild podcast. We'll see you next time. Thanks for joining us. The Gamer Guild podcast is recorded at Augusta University's Pamplin TVC and Podcasting Lab. Our producer is Jackson Garner. The Pamplin TVC and Podcasting Lab supervisor is Jasmine Garcia. Music is by Ethan Balducci. The opinions stated are that of the individual and not Augusta University.